が敵を食らう。
Welcome, everyone, to the Overwatch Calgary Club Scrims Gold Division. Comes Felix Snake looking to get in the back like, oh, there's one. Up, there's another. Looking to get in on the brig. Two more? Oh, I think so. Hey, here comes Tribalize with the Primal Raid. And there's two right over the edge to start things off. Going down into the hallway. Make it 3, 4, and 5 with the assist fire strike. Reboot, given the 3 boots. O.C.C with the Coalescence, looking to get some damage on the enemy team. They're all low. 1, 2, and 3. Here comes Hanzuki, 1 headshot. Make that 2. I feel like Hanzuki's hungry for more. There's the 3rd. And will it be shut down? Coming out with the Diva Bomb. Oh no, will it be? The double kill! Back getting in, getting messy. Here comes the Primal Rage. Going hamskis. Nick here, harnessing the inner Jonak, doing damage and heals. What more do you want from a Zenyatta? Look, there's a rare Elfie bait approaching. Oh, folks, let's go ahead and follow. Oh, looks like it's zipping into the back line. Oh, is this what I think it is? Hello?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Thursday night with O.C.C. Scrims. I am, as always, Peeps, here broadcasting your, I guess your cameraman is what we call me, whatever. I'm the stream dude. And I am here with our lovely commentators for the evening, Dank Monkey and the Fakest of Widows. How are you people tonight?
I'm pretty fake tonight, I don't know.
Oh, you fake bitch.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that always, though?
What else is new?
So, what tell me a little bit about your night. How's your night been going?
I mean, my day sucked, but my night is looking positive.
There you go.
I'm ready for these games. I'm ready to watch my babies play. I got Elfie playing tonight. I got Homie playing tonight. I got Cheese playing tonight. I'm ready for my kiddos.
Then let's go ahead and get right into it on Ilios. Titans versus Projekt Proteus in our gold division. What do you think we're going to see from Titans especially here? I know you used to be captain of Titans, now you've moved up. What do you think you're going to see from them?
So it's so hard to say this because there's so many new people that I'm not aware of. Like, I know Hanzuki, I know Quaking, I know Homie. Homie is a really great Ryan. He plays very aggressively. He makes a lot of space for his team. Hanzuki's a DPS or main heal. Quaking is main heal. So, I mean, I'm interested to see what happens. I think Titans is still a strong team. They've always kind of communicated really well with each other, which is nice. But Pro, I also have been seeing kind of take off a little bit. They've kind of started as the underdog, and they've kind of gradually gotten up there to be one of the better gold teams. So I'm really excited to see the game tonight. I think it's going to be really good.
Definitely agree with them starting as the underdog. When the team was first formed, brought myself, K10, and Star-Lord from Titans all over, and it was came off to a rocky start. But
Stop
definitely
bringing up that our family was destroyed.
It was 100%. Oh, 50% destroyed.
It was too much.
But they have been looking really good, so this should be a pretty good game between Projekt Proteus and Titans. And let's go ahead and get this rolling whenever you're ready, Van.
Lego.
Alright, let's go. Alright, so we're starting off on Ilios for our control map tonight. Who's gonna be the big booper tonight, Widow?
Let's see who's what they're playing, and then I'll kind of have an idea of who's gonna be the Boopatron tonight. I mean, if we do remember, once I got an Orisa 3K on this map, it was actually hilarious, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs when it happened.
It's a good time, good time.
Memories!
Memories.
We're waiting to start. I think we have to manually start the game.
Yep.
Oh, my bad.
Sniv's
Work out
going
the bumps and
that.
bruises with
Here we go.
getting my van, as this is his first time hosting tonight. But we will get him up there and he will be ready to roll just as fast as anybody else was.
Just as fast as Hammond?
Yeah, actually probably faster.
Oh, that's really fast. Oh my god.
I give him till game
Spinning to
2.
win.
Game 2, he's got it.
Awesome.
So
Pickety
we're no, not yet. I don't see it either yet. I'm a little worried. It looks like
We
there's.
always talk about how you started, Dank. Do we want to go there?
Do we? I don't think we do.
Oh.
That was rough, dude. Do you want to talk about that?
I'm good. You have grown by leaps and bounds, my fam. Keep it going.
All right. Well, Titans looks like they're running a little bit of a weird comp. They've got the Winston and the Hog coming out with the Reaper, who's getting a huge buff here soon. So that's I wonder if that's a little bit of their motive, working in that Reaper now before he gets disgusting. Along with the House of Homie on the McCree and then the Lucio Moira for their healers. And then we have the super original Ryan Zarya with the Tracer Genji with the Helix Blades coming out tonight on the side of Projekt Proteus, along with the Moira and Ana, Lautrix on the Ana. But here it is, taking the point extremely fast as Titans, but Danks is going to look for something a little bit cheeky as Helix Snakes takes out Quaking Punch extremely fast. I don't even know how he did that. Sniv taking out one, and it's looking pretty good for the side of Projekt Proteus. Titans wanted to hold that point and just wasn't able to do it. Sniv getting reboot there. Now it's just Surprised and who is that? Ulceration on the point, but they both fall as well, and it's going to be an extremely fast take for Projekt Proteus. Widow, what went right there for Project? What went wrong for Titan?
Their team comp. There was 100% their team comp. They're playing a much heavier comp. Like, they could be more aggressive with it than a Monkey Roadhog. Monkey really kind of could only dive if he has a diva behind him, like, you know, matrixing him. You can't really play Monkey Hog. It's a weird comp. And then the loss of Quaking right there, they were down a big source of heals immediately. So it was smart picks in the beginning, and then just the more aggressive comp. That's a big shatter.
Huge shatter already from the side of Projekt Proteus coming out from Mauden as the Anonade comes out as well, and Danks gets a double one with the Pulse Bomb, and it's already not looking so good for Titans as Mauden is just beating down Hanzuki, but not before Hanzuki takes out Helix Snake over on the side. We saw Helix Snake now switching over to the Reaper for that previous push, and we actually have a Ryan Zarya coming out from Titans as well now. I feel like their plan in the last time was to try to hold that point, and they just weren't able to do it. And then coming down that main, what do you think? How do you feel about that push down main? It's so open.
It is so open, and it's kind of hard to play main, especially with the DPS that is on the side of Pro. They have a lot of flanky DPS who just kind of get in there and wreck your backline. So it's not really super smart to do that. You want to get somewhere where you can kind of guard your backline.
But the double, we're all coming out now, but there's the high noon, but it doesn't look like it's going to connect with anybody. Helix Snake taking out Quaking Punch, and Helix Snake actually end up getting the nano boost, but it's just going to run in and not looking so good as there goes Helix, and Sniv ends up going for the hard reset. Maybe may have killed himself with the right click, and Titans now taking over this point, but not if Danks has something to say about it, but he didn't have much to say as Surprised gets the kill onto Danks. Widow, how do you feel about this new kill feed?
I don't like the whole turret DMX squash thing. It actually really confuses my brain. I'm not a big fan. But I like the punch. The melee is just, I feel like, BM for me, and I really enjoy it. That's a big shatter.
Mouden with a big shatter, but not before the ante comes out on him, so not able to get the heals and be aggressive. Reboot getting extremely aggressive now, trying to punch his way through. And there goes two, already down on the side of Titans, but the double Death Blossom comes out on opposite sides of the fight, and everybody is just sandwiched between. It's an all-Reaper kill feed as Helix Snakes is trying to get to the point and maybe get a little bit done, but it's Reaper, it's Hanzuki and Surprise coming in, and Surprise ends up cleaning up Helix Snake, but Danks is trying to get a little bit of poke damage, maybe finish somebody off, but not able to. So Widow, what were you saying before I so rudely cut you off?
No, that's fine. Yeah, I like the melee addition to the kill feed. That's fun, but everything else is kind of meh. Oof.
I like the Diva Bomb. Or not Diva Bomb, the Diva eating the Graviton Surge edition. I really like that. That makes me so happy. Yeah, that's a thing now. And it's it's really funny when you see that pop up in Guild.
Oh my god, I have to look up what it looks like. Both teams aren't running a defensive ult, and it's so crazy.
It's a little awkward, but I think that maybe if Hanzuki can land either Hanzuki or Helix Snake. Nope, Helix Snake is down on the Genji. Can land that Death Blossom right, it might be just as good as the defensive. Be able to shut down all the aggression. And there's the Kamehameha coming out from Hip Hip Jorge, but he gets stunned out by House of Homie, not able to land the fan the hammer on him, and now it's a Moira battle for the point, but here comes Quaking Punch and House of Homie in to help. But Hip Hip Jorge is going to fall extremely quickly as soon as everyone else gets there, as House of Homie gets the double fan the hammer, it looked like, and now he's going for the high noon, ends up picking up Helix Snake, and the BM Death Blossom coming out from Hanzuki. Widow, take it away. Do what you want. Say what you want.
So what happened, there was a lot of weird ult management, and I feel like the ult management just was better on the side of Titan, like they only use things here and there. The grab that Sniv got was big, but the immediate counter Death Blossom by Hanzuki is kind of like a counter Dragon Strike. It really, like, the enemy team's like, oh, we're just gonna throw everything into the grab, we're gonna kill everything, and they're not playing defensively, and all of a sudden, you're either shattered, or in that case, you're Death Blossomed, and although Helix got 3 people with his, it wasn't enough, which is unfortunate, but we'll see what happens here.
Your entire focus kind of turns towards that grab, and if you're not careful of that big ult coming in from behind, then it's going to be a problem. But Helix Snake and House of Homie both coming out on the Widow, probably going to try to take each other out, but it looks like House of Homie is actually looking for Danks floating above Helix Snake, and there goes the pick onto Helix Snake from House of Homie, a huge early pick that may let Titans just walk on into this point. And now Reboot swinging away on the point, trying to do everything that he can, and Loutrix is in the brunt of it all as the Brigitte taking hammers to the face, and there's Modin jumping through the back line on the Winston, trying to take out Hanzuki, but Hanzuki pressures him out just as quickly, and Danks taking out Ulceration from the sky as Loutrix takes out Quicking Punch, Hanzuki getting one, and the bubble coming out from Modin, trying to give a little bit of defense to his team that they don't really have right now, which is unfortunate. And Modin is going to get picked off, unfortunately, by Zarya, or surprised on Zarya as Danks and Sniv come in to clean it all up as Projekt Proteus takes over this first point. So how do you feel about the Mirror Widow Pharah? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
I like it, and I don't like it. So I like it because it's kind of 1v1s back and forth, but then it also kind of like leaves one team at a disadvantage, because if one Widow is more skilled than the other, it's like you might as well not even bother. So we'll see what happens here, but so far it's kind of been back and forth pretty even. I think they're 1-1, Helix and Homie, but Homie's gonna get doped by this monkey a lot, which is gonna suck.
As she said that, Mountain goes on to House of Homie to try to take him out, but there goes the pick on the Helix Snake from House of Homie, and House of Homie getting Danks out of the barrage too. Absolutely destroying, but there goes Hanzuki with the huge barrage after Ulceration gets the kill with the Coalescence, and it's just Modin right now on the point for Projekt Proteus, trying to sail out just a little bit longer, maybe hold it up to 50%, and now 47%, and the point is gonna flip over to Titans' advantage at 49%. They're at 5% and climbing for the side of Titans. So that barrage, I don't. Was it the first one? Who did it come out from?
Danks, I think, was on the Pharah.
Yeah, Danks. Was it a good barrage? Was it not a good barrage?
The positioning of it was weird, especially when you know you have a Widow. With Pharah on this map, if you're gonna barrage and the enemy team has a Widow, you're gonna want to be somewhere where she can't see you, but it's such a risk. So it's, you know, kind of hard that way. Running Pharah on this map when the enemy team has a Widow is really difficult.
And now we have Danks switching over to the Widow, and this fight is going extremely well for Titans now, holding that point to the best of their ability, and I think only losing one in that fight. Extremely well done by the side of Titans. They did. House of Homie's kind of just chilling back there. They may not have lost anyone.
No, Homie was taken out. He's coming back now, though.
Aha! Reboot now on the monkey. Probably gonna try to deal with the Widow that they no longer have, and Mountain knows that he's up there. pressuring out Reboot and getting shot by both Helix Snake and Danks there. Almost getting taken out, but able to get the heals pretty quickly as House of Homie is staring down Helix Snake's Hanzo, and Reboot going back up for Helix, looking to do something, but Loudtrick stuns him in the back, and Reboot getting Helix Snake. Absolutely huge pick. That's a lot of DPS down, but Mountain is going absolutely primal right now, taking out Surprise. Danks getting Reboot, and Mountain back on this point, able to control it, but points not being capped, and now it is by Danks on staying in the back, and they're going to try to get Hanzuki, but Hanzuki should get out here. Projekt Proteus is, it seems like they're managing their ults pretty well.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like they're getting them all that much.
Yeah, I have to agree. They're kind of slow with the ult charge, but they're using them well. So it's not like they're just going to be like, okay, we have 2 ults, just throw them out there. Like, if they use Grab right now, they'll be fine if they just kind of shoot into it together as a team and Monkey damages it and everything. It should be fine. But their aggression that they're playing with is really good, and they're being smart with what they're using and when they're using it, so I have to give it to them.
Ooh, we see a little bit of a new UI come up as we look up into the top right, as we see the ultimates when they're going off. That's actually really cool. And we also saw Danks when he got stunned, he kind of had stars around his name.
Yeah, that's one of the new things.
You can see the purple around Loudtrick's health bar as he got antied. This is, I really like these UI changes, honestly.
Yeah, I have to agree.
They're very well done.
Thanks, Overwatch League. You're the best.
Good job. And Danks getting the 1 kill to confirm it all, to hold Hanzuki off the point. And that's going to clean it up for Projekt Proteus as we move into the well, which is the one I was hoping for. I was a little bit sad that we didn't get to see it sooner, but what a map to end on for our first full map here on Ilios. Widow, what do you think we're going to see here? We're going to see Bunker, we're going to see Dive, like what do you think?
I see Titans trying to play this comp again, this monkey hog, and it makes me sad because it's just... Wait, are they running... What are they running?
Triple tank. Running triple tank. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I hate it.
I don't because we've run
now
it.
It's better, but the monkey is weird. The monkey doesn't make any sense.
I like
okay,
the
they're off triple
Zarya,
tank. They're off
honestly.
triple tank. I don't like the monkey Orisa.
I mean, it's not terrible.
Confusion!
Alright, but now Projekt Proteus taking a lead, a control extremely early with that little bit of that bunker comp with the Orisa Hog. But it looks like Titans running a little bit of one themselves as Reboot on the Winston and Surprised on the Orisa. So they got that double barrier going for them. They're going to try to do something about it, but Surprise getting pulled into the well by Sniv. That's going to be a huge pick. That's their shield down as Reboot trying to push into that back line, shocking Mountain, but not able to pick anybody up as now Projekt Proteus is grouping up and pushing into this point. They're not letting Titans get control here as Reboot and Laceration go to contest the point, but not able to do it even though it looked like they were on. I'm kind of confused there. But Hanzuki getting hit by Jorge, but it's looking pretty good for Projekt Proteus. They have control, 10% in climbing, and that's going to be the fight won right there as the rest of Titans goes ahead and backs out. So, like you said, the Orisa and Winston, why did they switch off of the Hog to... Why did they switch off the Hog to the Winston?
I don't know. I think they maybe have where players can't play what they need right now, which is unfortunate and really frustrating for them because I know they're obviously a strong team, but like the comp they're running right now is just not viable. It's just this monkey is getting no use. That's a big barrage.
Hanzuki coming with the big barrage from behind, getting the double kill right after, right after Surprise gets a headshot onto, now the kill feed is gone, but House of Homie and Reboot cleaning it up completely, and that barrage is what really set off that fight. That was just absolutely beautiful on the side of Titans, knowing that that barrage was coming in, and able to set up perfectly for it.
We do have a lot of volts coming on the side of Pro though. They have almost everything.
Titans will have a lot as well though. There's a high noon coming out from Danks, but gets stunned out of it, and House of Homie picking up Danks with the fan the hammer most likely. Helix Blade coming out, it's the Nano Blade, not able to pick anybody up, and Sniv is going to get one as Quaking Punch reses Hanzuki. Not surprised, coming out with the big, having the purple on him, but not able to take advantage of it is the team of Projekt Proteus, and it looked like Helix Snake just kind of slid up that wall, not really climbing it, Don't know what happened there, but Titans now trying to hold on to this point, but not able to do it. Reboot trying to shock in the back, not getting a whole lot of value there, and there's Hip Hip Jorge trying to recontest the point, just trying to hold on. And looks like Reboot is going to chase him down along with House of Homie and Ulceration, but Hip Hip Jorge is doing an extremely good job of staying. Never mind.
He was stalling the point for more charge, which is a good thing.
No, it was good. I thought he was going to stay alive just a little bit longer with that healing orb, and it wasn't able to do enough.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Get into position.
Sorry, I've got nasty cough right now for a reason.
Throwing.
Coming around the back of the point now is Projekt Proteus, but not really contesting much. They're just kind of hiding their faces while they pick off the DPS, and there's one going down, but Helix Snake ends up picking himself off with that damage boost from the Orisa ultimate, and there's Danks getting one, and Malden gets surprised on that Orisa, and there's Hanzuki with a big barrage again. That's a triple kill coming out on Malden, Lautrex, and Danks. And Hip Hip Jorge is alone with Sniv. Sorry, alone, and then Sniv comes in, and it's a 3v3 on the point with, Helix Snake coming in a little bit late. There it is, huge hook, and then huge shots coming in from Sniv is going to try to recontest and recapture this point. Quickie punches in a bad spot, getting shot in the face by Sniv. Sniv playing this hog extremely well, and there's the Coalescence coming out. Double Coalescence, Hip Hip Jorge picking up one, and that's going to be their cap for Projekt Proteus, as it's 92 to 80% in climbing. Looking extremely good for the side of Projekt Proteus, but Titans only needs one fight here. What do they do here, Widow?
They really need to be getting on something that they can make space with. Monkey's not going to make space on his own, and Orisa doesn't make any space. She holds it. Right now they need to be playing something that they can loop them around and kind of fight in here. They need to be on a Ryan, they need to be on a Diva, they need to be on something that they can move them out of position with, and they're not playing a comp that does that.
Projekt Proteus playing extremely forward right now as Surprise gets hooked into the well by Sniv. Again, Sniv just doing work right now as Malden gets the nano boost. Is going to be able to mow down right there, and Reboot going primal, but not really doing a whole lot with it. Jumping back in now, trying to knock Malden off the point, and there goes the capture just a little bit on the side of Titan, and Malden now holding that back corner, but Hanzuki with another huge barrage, and then Lautrex takes him out of barrage after he gets the double kill. Danks now trying to contest, allowing for his team to get back as Lautrex is healing him up. But Ulceration is on Lautrex right now, but the big purple coming out on Ulceration is going to be able to take him out. And there's a barrage getting one from Helix Snake as Quickie Punch rests Ulceration. Hip Hip Jorge coming out with Coalescence, and there's one from Ulceration as well. Throwing out the damage orbs, Hip Hip Jorge and Reboot trying to hold onto the point along with Ulceration and Hanzuki as... Sorry, Malden and Sniv getting back to the point. The whole team of Projekt Proteus is back, and it is a full fight once again. Luckily, Danks and... Oh, they C9'd! They C9'd!
Oh
no! It was going so well, and then they just stepped a little bit too far off of that point, and it was able to go in the way of Projekt Proteus, and Hip Hip Jorge coming out with the play of the game on the Moira, touching everyone's butt, getting the healing, taking out Ulceration, maybe Hanzuki. Nope, not confirming anything. There's House of Homie, there's Quaking Punch, and that's a lot of damage. I don't know how it wasn't the barrage triple kill.
It's Moira, man. Moira, the DPS. The DPS support who steals all the pogs.
Every single one. So, well, going into this next map, what does Titans need to do to counteract the team play that's going on with Projekt Proteus?
They need to have a tank line. They don't have a tank line. They don't have one.
No.
Orisa is not a solid tank line. Orisa Hog is a solid tank line because they cohabitate. They work together. Monkey was getting absolutely no purpose or use in that team comp whatsoever. Was he being played well? Sure. But he was having nothing to do with that comp. He didn't knock anybody into the well. He didn't do anything else. There was nothing that Monkey was contributing to those team fights at all. And I'm not saying he wasn't I'm not saying he wasn't playing him well. I'm saying in that specific instance, a Monkey has no use unless you're going to run a Diva with the Monkey so Winston can jump in and Winston can get matrixed by Diva and just knock her out and Tesla cannon, and then when her matrix is down, he bubbles. There was no cohabitation between their tank lines at all, so they were very easily collapsed on. Hanzuki was getting these big barrages, should have been team fight ending. They should have been fight ending barrages, but they weren't, because although those picks were made, Projekt Proteus had that tank line, they had the aggression, they were smart enough to get in and keep playing, because their team comp worked together. Titan's team comp was not working, and they weren't making these switches, they just kept running in with it, and it wasn't doing what they needed. They weren't able to make any space, they weren't able to hold any space. It was weird.
So the other question I want to ask is, do you think they would have fared better with the triple tank, with the Zarya, as well as the Orisa Winston?
No.
Zarya can kind of combo a little bit with the Winston, helps him out.
Zarya can to an extent, but the thing with Zarya and Rein, but here's the thing with Zarya and Rein, the way they work together. Zarya is able to bubble Rein as he goes in, and then he has a 200 health shield that he can use to keep his hammer down and swing around, gives her charge. Then he has a 2000 health barrier to then move backwards with. It is a mobile shield. It is attached to him and mobile. Monkey has a 900 health barrier that he drops and he gets out of it and he's dead. It doesn't move with him. So playing something, a mobile tank like Zarya that can move around with her shield, and Rein who moves around with his shield, that's what you play. Monkey is a drop shield and run away type guy. You can't play it. It works to an extent, but it doesn't work the same way a Rein Zarya does. The tanks work together because they were specifically designed and created to work together. So, but triple tank, you can't run triple tank with an Orisa. That's just not... The whole point of triple tank is to be aggressive and move as a solidified ball of, like, protection and damage. Orisa doesn't move. She stays and drops her shield and controls space. She doesn't make it. So you kind of have to think about it that way.
Alright, tank lessons with Widowfaker here tonight. You heard it first here. Don't play triple tank with Orisa.
It's just
Probably not first you've heard.
You're welcome. I get paid by the hour. Buy my book. How to Play Tank by Widow.
Our second map will be Hanamura coming out for our assault. And so this one, how do you feel about Hanamura as an assault map? Like, where does it place on your assault maps?
It's probably one of my favorites. In fact, it probably is my favorite assault map.
I'm just not huge on assault, but at the same time I don't hate it. Like, I don't know.
So, like, I love Assault. It's probably my favorite mode. I don't like the rest of them. I like games that are quick and easy and 1, 2, 3. So, I love Assault maps because I love being on attack assaults first. Because then you kind of get to see the defense they're holding and how well they play, and you can really, like, figure out your own defense. So, like, if they're, like, a really whole defense, it's like, oh, well, time for me Bastion. But, you know what to do. So... But no, Hanamura is like one of my favorite maps. I think second point is really difficult because no matter kind of where you come in, unless you flank him back, it's really difficult. But it's a really interesting point to play with, and I don't know. I love Hanamura. I think there's a lot of fun comps you can run here. Goats is like, king on this map for like the next 6 hours, and then until Reaper gets buffed and Diva's like, wait, what? No, I'm kidding. I think Goats will still have its viable uses, but I don't think it's going to be as strong as it once was.
It's probably part of the reason nerf Diva. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't put it past it.
I wouldn't call it really a nerf to Diva. It's like a very, very light adjustment, and people who know how to properly use Defense Matrix will have... This will not affect them at all. It's people who just Defense Matrix until it's gone, they're like, wait, hold on, I don't have any. And they wait till they have, like, a single use of it, and then they keep using that on cooldown. That's the people who are going to have a big issue with this, but I don't think it's that big a deal.
I have to agree. I think the change of the armor, though, I think it's going to be a little bit of a problem.
That's what's going to make Goats hard, because the armor was, like, a big thing, but at the same time, Goats is really good for going in and taking a point. So let's say you can't take this point and you get on Goats just to push through. Phenomenal. Use Goats for that and then swap to something else. I think it's a good, like, point pushing thing, but it's probably not going to be the game ending comp anymore.
Alright, as we get into game 2, we're seeing an Orisa Hog defense with the Widowmaker and Junkrat on the for the DPS, and then a Moira and an Ana. How do you feel about the Widow here?
I don't dislike the Widow here. I think if Widow is able to get picks and control space, then it's great, as obviously Hanzuki just got a pick onto Helix. I am always concerned about the lack of any, like, off support ults. Like, Projekt Proteus has the Brigitte ult. Although it's not, you know, something that's going to stop a grab, they're not really going to need that here because of the ult that Titans is going to have. They're not running something you really need a beat drop or a transcendence for. So the Brigade is great, but Titans has no defensive ult. They have nothing. They kind of have a Moira pray they don't get grabbed because Moira can shift out and ult, but it's not going to hold it.
Alright, and Project Proteus getting a little bit aggressive, but ended up getting pulled out of the choke. And there's the coalescence coming out, so they might look to get a little bit aggressive once Mountain gets out of that trap. And there he is. He's pushing around into that side room, and the double coalescence coming out now as Mountain's looking back to push out, looking to push back out. But Project Proteus looks like they're a little confused as to what they're doing right now. But here's Junkrat coming down the stairs, spamming out some damage, and Ulceration getting one, and House of Homie getting another, so that's going to force the fight here onto the point, and there's the hammer down, but it doesn't look like it connects with anyone. Does actually end up connecting with Surprise, and now Project Proteus taking this point extremely strong, even though I really didn't think they were going to do a whole lot with it. The rally came out from Cake Slapper, and now everybody's starting to fall on the side of Project Proteus. Cake Slapper, the only one left there, but Hip Hip Jorge is going to have something to say about it right after he gets a little bit of ult charge. And I just got word that Widow has no audio, so I guess I will be doing everything for a second. I think the main problem there was probably a big thing with there were two picks that came in extremely early on the side of Project Proteus, and they kind of pushed in and used a lot of ultimates. And I think the biggest problem there was the ultimate usage. If they would have just committed to the fight, not used any ultimates, they would be looking a lot better on this fight. Oop. And we're going once again, and there's a huge tire coming out. That's the 3K onto the Zarya grab, and that's gonna allow Project Proteus to completely walk in for free and do whatever they want for the next probably about 10 seconds. They are gonna start walking forward here, 3 on the point, 3 up, as the Tank Lion and the Junkrat starts to walk up towards the next point. And the House of Homie over here on the Junkrat setting up a trap extremely early, trying to catch somebody off, but Mountain and Sniv don't quite see it yet. There it is. There goes the trap. Titans now set up on this top side. Gonna get a little bit of damage to turn onto Project Proteus as they're starting to make this push onto the top, onto the high ground. House of Homie taking out Danks extremely early, and there's Helix Tank pressuring out Hanzuki. Hanzuki trying to get the pick onto Helix, but isn't quite able to do it as Helix actually takes out Hanzuki. Don't think that was with a reflect. That's just all shurikens. Reboot getting Mountain, and that's going to push them back extremely hard. Project Proteus may be forced out here, but Helix is not pushing out with his team. He went in with the blade, but doesn't end up picking up anyone. Helix is now in all alone. It is a 6v1 inside of that point, and he's going to have to back out here. A little bit curious about that ult from the side of Project Proteus with Helix coming out with the blade. Don't think it was really needed, especially since the fight was pretty much lost at that point. But they are going to be able to push in extremely quickly since they didn't lose quite everyone and Helix didn't get staggered out. But there's a double tire coming out from House of Homie right before the shatter. Unfortunate because they probably could have got like one more, but Reboot charging out Sniv, and Sniv is extremely far away from that point now, but now Sniv picking up Reboot pretty quickly, and Hip Hip Jorge going for the hard reset. That charge actually went across that gap onto that outside, and Danks is looking for something, but there's nobody out there for him to pick off, so Project Proteus is going to have to hard regroup, and it looks like they might try to push through the bottom. That or Mountain's just kind of resting a shield. As the rest of Project Proteus group up, it's going to be a hard push through the bottom here, and it doesn't look like Titans is ready for it. Hanzuki is the only one looking at the bottom here, and Reboot actually throws this Fire Strike down the stairs, thinking that there's people there. No one there as Mountain and Reboot end up charging each other, but Reboot gets the nano, and this is going to be huge for the side of Titans, getting that Nano onto Reboot, swinging away and doing tons and tons of damage. Hip Hip Jorge getting one along with Danks, so it's a 4v4 now. Cake Slapper getting one onto House of Homie, and Helix Snake is not in the best of spots. Hip Hip Jorge is on the point alone, but there comes Helix Snake, Cake Slapper, and Danks. It is a 4v1 on the point, and there goes Reboot. It's now looking pretty good for Projekt Proteus. If they can take out this Pharah and this Junkrat, then that should be the game. That should be the round, and it is, as Mountain comes in just a little bit late and able to wrap it all up, hold that shield for his team.
Score 0-2.
So it's a little lonely in here. Anybody around? No? Okay.
Match.
I'll just keep talking to myself. As we go into the second round, 30 seconds until we get started here. I think the biggest problem, personally, was a little bit of ult management on the side of Projekt Proteus. They could have had that a lot sooner, but they do have 2 minutes and 12 seconds, and they did cap both points. So 2 minutes and 12 going into their next attack if it's needed. But I think if they pull the ult management together, then they aren't going to need that second attack, because they were playing extremely strong together and looking really well as a team. Just a little bit of problem, like a little bit of miscommunication here and there. 40 seconds until we get the attackers walking out of their spawn, as we have House of Homie coming out on the Mei for the defense, or sorry, for the attack. I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen. Let's talk about the defending team. Let's go Ryan Zarya for Mountain Sniv. Danks and Helix Snake coming out on the Junkrat and the Mei. And then Cake Slapper and Hip Hip Jorge coming out on the Ana Moira. The Mei here is definitely a really good pick. It's such a small chokehold that if he gets a wall where he wants it, then it's going to make it really hard for the team of Titans to push through. And it looks like Titans is going to run the Bastion Mei with Ulceration already at half health on the Moira, with a Moira Ana on their healing, and then Reboot on the Reinhardt, and Surprised on that Zarya. So they're going to try to probably get this Bastion set up behind a Mei wall real quick, and then just unload the damage into the team of Projekt Proteus. But Helix Snake might have a little bit of something to say about it, as he's trying to freeze everyone out, but Reboot is not too happy with that, as he's swinging away on Helix Snake's face, and Ulceration's going to go off all on his own for him, but not able to pick him up. Helix Snake is going to now shift over to the point, and Sniff and Hip Hip Jorge are on that other side trying to do something about it, but Hanzuki is now set up on the point for the attack, and it's not going to look so good for Projekt Proteus here. Danks trying to get a little bit of damage in there, and there comes the tire from Danks, ends up getting Reboot, and now Mountain is in here, and it looked like Hanzuki was forced out by Mountain. Going to be able to break the shield of the Reinhardt. Not quite, he did drop it just in time, but the Nano comes out on a Surprise. Going to be able to take out Mountain, and it's looking pretty good once again for Titans, as Hanzuki getting a double, getting Hip Hip Jorge and Sniv, and that's going to pretty much sum it up as they cap the point and move into the second point on their first attack here on Hanamura. That Bastion ult was absolutely crucial to the fight, and Hanzuki, knowing when he had to pull out to reposition, to wait for his team instead of just holding that point, was absolutely crucial, and honestly is what turned that entire fight. But we have Helix Snake now coming out on the Hanzo. Danks switching over to that McCree on the side of Projekt Proteus. Saw a little bit of Danks McCree last round, but Hanzuki will no longer be on that Bastion as he switches over to the Widow. The sonar error comes down, and they are going to be able to see that he's on that Widow now, as Helix Snake is trying to get a pick on to something, but not able to do it as he is extremely low. Helix Snake now getting one onto House of Homie with that Storm Arrow, and do a little bit of damage to Reboot as Reboot falls to Danks, and that's going to be a stun straight to the face, as Mountain is now getting extremely aggressive. Hip Hip Jorge taking out Quaking Punch as Mountain is swinging away on Surprise, and there falls the entire team of Titans extremely quickly after that aggressive push. Projekt Proteus playing so well just as a team, knowing exactly when they need to push out, when to get aggressive after they get those big picks, and it's working so well for them. Titans is looking pretty good as well, but unfortunately not able to stay safe enough in that fight to get a full 6v6 team fight or able to give Hanzuki the pick that he needed. But now Hanzuki switching over to the Hanzo as well, maybe to try to battle out Helix Snake a little bit, but Helix Snake picking off Hanzuki in the backline extremely fast, and the entire team of Titans is now down underneath. And they're going to rotate to this outside left side, maybe. Yep, there they go. Reboot now looking shield extremely low as Ulceration falls off the map. That's going to hurt them so much, but they may just wait around until Ulceration can get back. But there comes Danks in with the flashbang fan, the hammer, not able to get anyone with it as Reboot goes for the shatter, and one falls off the Quaking Punch. That's Helix Snake going off the map. Hanzuki getting Danks, and there's the shatter only landing onto Quaking Punch as Reboot's going to charge in and get taken out extremely early. Here Pip Jorge getting the coalescence off and ends up getting 3. That's just huge. Hanzuki, the only one left on Titans as he goes for the hard reset. Air dash backwards off the map. We just have join. I don't know what's going on. Do we have Widow back yet? I'll take that as a
Hello?
no.
Yes. Hi.
She's back. Hey.
Trying to get back online. I'm literally in the middle of a game and all of a sudden it just silence and I'm like, well, someone's talking to me. I don't know what's going on.
It's alright.
Silence.
It's okay. I'll just keep doing my thing.
You got this. Winnable. Easy peasy. I'm getting back
Titans now looking to come back up top right, but I don't think they see... Ooh, where'd they go? I don't even see them anymore, so never mind. Titans looking to go across the center gap here, maybe look around to the outside left again, but it didn't work out so well for him last time. But House of Homie getting Helix Snake really early in this fight, and now Titans is gonna circle back around and try to go straight to the point, but Danks taking out Reboot, and that's gonna be a huge pick as Hip Hip Jorge also gets Hanzuki, and it's gonna be a fight won already for Projekt Proteus as Danks finishes off House of Homie. It's gonna force Titans to regroup. Wait until Reboot can get back here. Widow, you getting back in here? Alright, good talk. Only the best conversations here on the O.C.C. Scrims with me, myself, and I, as Mountain tries to land a huge fire strike but doesn't end up picking anybody up with it. And Titans is going to push extremely aggressive. Once again, going for that bridge, and it's not going to happen as the Dragon Strike comes out on the Graviton Surge. Getting 1, getting 2, getting 3. That's Reboot, Quaking Punch, and House of Homie. Helix Snake picking up Ulceration as well. Surprise is the only one left alive, and Helix is going to push out pretty aggressive for him right after Hip Hip. Oh, there goes Danks taking out Surprise, and that's the entire team of Titans falling to the hands of Hanzuki, Danks, and Hip Hip Jorge. Just beautiful combo coming out from the Zarya Graviton Surge and the Dragon Strike from Helix Snake. 2 minutes, 3 ticks left to go for them to get a chance to attack for a second time and make Projekt Proteus show their worth with that 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Reboot now taking the point extremely quickly, and there's the entire team of Titans to follow him up. But there's the shatter, doesn't get anyway. Danks with the 3K. Hanzuki Ulceration, House of Homie, huge cleanup in that fight from behind, and Mountain's just gonna swing away as Sniff picks up 2 and Helix Snake gets 1. So there it is. There is the team kill they were looking for, but that is 2 ticks now that Titans has. They only need 1 more. Projekt Proteus has to play extremely close to that point, or they could have the exact same thing happen that just happened to them once again, and they could lose this just based on that. But Titans looking to group up and push back in here now, and they are going straight down the middle once again. Maybe get a little bit of that speed boost straight to point, but Mountain is actually holding on the point this time. He's not letting that extra tick go through by no fight. And there is the hammer down, but it gets blocked by Mountain. Reboot not landing anything on that one, but Sniv trying to do a lot of damage to Reboot. He might fall here, but getting healed up by Cake Slapper. Cake Slapper trying to body block just a little bit, but that's not how Ryan's hammer works. Helix Snake getting 2, Mountain getting 1, and it's going to be a clean fight for Projekt Proteus as they don't lose anyone there. Cleaning up everything that just walked into that point as Ulceration falls extremely late. Luckily, he is the Moira, so he will be able to get back decently quick. but not before this Lucio has to contest onto this final fight. House of Homie up on the top left, getting hit extremely early and taken out pretty quickly. Reboot falling fast. There's the Dragon Strike coming in, but not able to do a whole lot there as Mountain takes out one. Dank's getting one, Mountain gets another, and the Graviton Surge comes out from Projekt Proteus as they take out Ulceration, and that's gonna be our map 2. Projekt Proteus, with an extremely strong hold, is gonna be able to walk away with this map looking extremely good right now as they come out of the first half 2-0, and Helix Snake with play of the game. Rocking that new Spark skin, I like it. Dragon Grav combo onto House of Homie, Quaking Punch, Reboot, finishing off Ulceration, fighting Surprised, and ends up not quite getting him, but he does get taken out by Sniv there on the end. So, Widow,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what did you think of that game?
She loved it.
All right, good talk.
Yeah.
So, Van, you've been here. You know, you're paying attention and stuff.
Yep.
How about you give me a little bit of your thoughts on that game? What do you think went well? What didn't?
I was liking the coordination. Well coordination with Pro being able to take down single targets, as well as the whole team when it came to that last. Zarya Graph was a little late, but it was good for a whole. And yeah, Titans did really good when they had to run away, when they had to die. Well, yeah, and then
So, knowing when to fall out of fights, basically.
Yeah,
Knowing
yeah,
when to just
so-
rush in, save their ults, and like die to hard reset, basically.
yeah, hard resets. Yeah. Sorry, I can't think today. Dictionary's hard.
All right, well that's gonna do it for our first half with Projekt Proteus up 2-0 going into our halftime show, and we will see at least two more maps from the game of Titans and Projekt Proteus for our gold division, and I will see everyone after the halftime.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from our halftime break. I am Peeps, and I am here with our commentator. Well, I don't know who the commentators are now. We're just a big group of happy commentating friends, I guess. I'll go. I'll go ahead and hand it off to you guys.
Them against Titans. If you are just tuning in, thank you for joining us, but you did miss the first half. Two pretty good games, and me talking to myself for about the second half of the second game. So, unfortunately, you did miss that, but if you do want to see it, there will be a VOD review up, or sorry, not VOD review, I am too used to that term. There will be a VOD up. There will be a VOD up on our Twitch after the show, so if you would like to see that for whatever reason, you know, it'll be there. So let's go ahead and get it underway on Hollywood with our Assault Escort map. So what does Titans need to do here to bring it on back?
Play the right tanks! I didn't get to see much of Hanamura, so I couldn't really definitively give an answer, but based on what I saw on Ilios, tanks were their issue. But we shall see. We do have
not their issue.
Hot Pocket in. Hot Pocket's a really strong DPS. Hot Pockets and Sheeps!
Ooh, Sheeps is getting to play tonight.
Sheepy's my baby. My beautiful girl who's gonna come to an enemy plat team and beat me up. And I know she's gonna because I play Anna.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Big sad.
You're playing DPS for your team?
No.
Oh, I'm really disappointed.
I know, I should, right?
Should. I am.
No.
You should do it.
Hashtag throwing.
Yeah, me too. But, but that's what I'm there for, so whatever. I'm there to throw.
Honestly,
So-
same.
Widow, go ahead and give us a little bit of analysis of these teams that we're seeing.
I am still unhappy with the team comp on the side of Titans. They just absolutely refuse to run a defensive ult. And they know that Sniv is a really strong Zarya, so I don't know why they just kind of ignore that and just allow Sniv to get free grabs off. Because even if Hanzuki shifts out of grab, he's not really out heal the damage putting it into it. Doesn't matter. But, you know, we'll see what happens there. They are running Dima Ryan on defense, which is a little funky. Ryan's gonna have a rough time, kind of. But the DPS can be really solid, so maybe they'll be okay. And then on the side of Pro, we have a really solid DPS, a really solid team comp. I think they'll do fine.
Well, let's look for maybe that new UI coming in with surprise, maybe eating a Graviton Surge here. But Mountain getting extremely aggressive already, taking one swing, jumping back, and Reboot getting the purple on him. They need to aggress off of this. Reboot extremely low as Helix Snake tries to dive in and do a little bit of something, but Sheeps and Hanzuki already pressuring him out. He's now jumping around, not really doing a whole lot yet, but Mountain gets the bubble as he cleanses off the purple. There's the hammer down already from Mountain, but not able to pick up anyone as Surprise takes out Mountain. Danks looking for something on the top ropes, but not able to get it. And just unfortunate that Mountain got picked off so so fast that Sheeps takes out Helix Snake right there at the end, and Reboot now has the hammer down online along with Hanzuki coming out with the Coalescence as well. What do you think, Widow? What went wrong there? What needs to happen here for Projekt Proteus?
I think it's a little too early to say. I think they're running the sort of comp that's really gonna, you know, once you get, ooh, that is a
huge shatter, and the nano coming out on Mountain, but getting swept. Sheeps getting the triple kill on Elfie, Helix Snake, and Lautrix off of that shatter, and that was a huge combo between Reboot and Sheeps. Able to clean that up pretty quickly, and now we got a McCree battle over here. It's Hot Pockets and Danks prevails as he takes out Hot Pockets, and Helix Snake is there to deflect the Fire Strike into the face of Sheeps and take her out extremely fast as they start to re-engage here, and Mountain gets Reboot, and now Surprise flying up to the high ground trying to get away. Danks getting Hanzuki, Mountain getting Quaking Punch, and they are still pushing aggressive to try to get the Diva out here. But Surprise is just gonna fly on out and survive through that one. Just, whew, that fight, Danks winning that McCree fight was huge for them.
Yeah,
honestly, I think if that would have went the other way, that could have been bad.
That's the thing with a comp like this. You get one pick and it's a game over for the enemy team. Doesn't matter, unless they're running the exact same comp. It's such a strong, powerful comp. And that reflect with the Genji is gonna be huge for them. You know, it can reflect all of their ults, except for Shatter. And, you know. But, there's no damage left on the side of, Titan anymore.
Mountain misses another Shatter, and Hanzuki is going to take out Mountains, but Elfie coming in just a little bit too late with the beat drop, and Surprise gets Sniv with that Diva Bomb. looking pretty good for Titans, but Projekt Proteus has the spawn advantage here. Is it a 3v3 on the cart, but Quaking Punch is back there with the heals as Danks gets Hot Pockets again. Danks trying to get out around the back, and it looks like Hanzuki's going to come after him, and there's Sheeps. Sheeps looking to get the kill, but not able to pick it up, and Danks gets Sheeps as well. They're going to just push this cart for free as Danks is just popping off right now. That's going to be 3, already swaying the fight for the side of Projekt Proteus. Helix Snake maybe going in to look for a blade here, but is it going to be able to get it off as Hot Pocket stuns him off the wall climb and is able to clean him up. Danks getting 1 onto Reboot as right after Reboot charges Elfie, and Mountain getting slept. Now there's no shield here, only the Zarya bubble. Don't know why Steve was standing in front of Mountain. That was great.
Stupid teabagging him.
The bubble teabag. Is that? Can we call that bubble tea?
Yes.
So that's what we're calling it now. Helix Snake dashing the other way away from the Graviton Surge, but getting 2. Sheeps and Quaking Punch after he gets that nano, but Reboot taking him out extremely quickly, and Mountain getting another slam off, but only getting surprised down, but getting DMAC'd at the exact same time, so that slam didn't really do a whole lot, but Projekt Proteus is going to clean it up, and they will push for free. Danks.
Putting in the most work. Putting in the most
Doing,
work.
my man.
Honestly.
Holy cow.
He was kind of taking the tank's role and keeping that aggression. He was just like, oh, well, I'm going to make right-click all of you until we have enough space and we can just pummel you. And that's what he did. Pro is playing really smart with their positioning and, like, what they're doing and when they're doing it. So I really got to hand it to them. They're playing really smart.
They're doing extremely well, and having them McCree on the front line with his buffed right-click, it's not so new, but it's not an old one either. Helix Snake getting Hot Pocket, Hanzuki getting Danks, and it's going to kick off this fight into a 5v5 as Helix Snake is up there 4v1ing the entire team of Titans, and Reboot getting Wowtrix, and that's going to be giant pick for them, but Reboot gets the nano and isn't looking too aggressive here. Going to try to get the Fire Strike, and Helix just barely missed the Reflect on it as Mountain is going to pull out, and they are going to try to bait out the rest of that nano boost until Wowtrix gets back, and now Wowtrix and Danks are both back. There's the Graviton Surge coming out from Sniv. Mountain's now just gonna swing into it, and there's the Helix Blade coming out, getting 3. Danks gets 1, and Quaking Punch actually got killed by the Graviton itself. So that's not something that you see a whole lot.
Yeah, you gotta be real low for that, but it happens. It happens. I think
Titans
it's like
be able to
5
recontest here?
I think Elfie's doing a great job of kind of booping them back and keeping them out as long as she can. But, ooh, Hot Pocket. That was the big drop.
Hot Pockets getting 1, but Helix Snake deflecting the high noon into Hot Pockets. Mountain getting Reboot, and Sheeps picking up 1 with the Dragon Strike. There's the nano boost onto Mountain, looking for Hanzuki, hitting Hanzuki but not able to do it. Both bubbles coming out from Surprise as Surprise falls. There goes Hanzuki. Quaking Punch, only one standing on this payload. Hot Pocket now, purple, and done for. And Reboot coming in just a little bit too late. And Projekt Proteus will push this all the way to the end. Fantastic round for both teams, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Playing very well.
Such a good job. They really were. Elfie was really smart to kind of hide. I mean, that was a big flank from Hot Pocket, and had Elfie not dropped the beat, that probably would have been a big ult, but just wow, just a really good job. They were just really smart about positioning where they should be, what ults they were using. Their ult management was pretty good on both sides. It was a little off on the side of Titans. They were kind of panic ulting when they were getting ulted a lot, which kind of hurt them in the end, but I think it was still a really great hold. They only have 1:45 left. That's definitely still a winnable game, and we'll see how they do on attack.
The problem is when you have a team playing so together and what seems like at this rank just perfectly on the side of Projekt Proteus, Titans has to play just as well. And if you're lacking just a little bit, then that game is going to sway. And the little bit of a lack of coordination that they have, it seems, is what's really kind of throwing them off in this game.
Yeah, I have to agree. It could be really detrimental to like have a team that, you know, is super coordinated, is talking to each other, is using their ults correctly together, and then you screw up one thing and all of a sudden it's like, game over, well, that was fun, GG easy, you know what I mean? So it sucks that way. But I think Titans can still take this one. I think they can definitely win this. They just have to play with that aggression.
We are seeing the Orisa Zarya on the side for defense coming out from Projekt Proteus, and then the Rhine Diva coming out once again for the side of Titans. The Rhine Diva didn't exactly work out on defense as we saw, but do you think it'll work a little bit better on attack here?
It can have its moments on attack. Diva's kind of nice to get in there and take high ground way, but Ryan then is kind of in his zone. He really has to rely on his healers, and if his shield drops, he's kind of screwed. But against an Orisa Zarya, it might be fine. Oof.
How do you feel about the Orisa pick? This is the last question I'll ask you before we get
I don't mind the Orisa pick. Orisa's fine. With the Zarya, it's going to be a little difficult, but if Sniv's able to kind of play aggressively, it should be okay. Orisa's better because, again, Orisa controls space. She doesn't take it. Ryan takes space. So, Diva Ryan works better than, like, Ryan Roadhog, you know what I mean?
Couldn't agree more with that one, and we have seen Sniv play extremely well all night, but Sheeps will get the first pick of the round, getting it pretty quickly on to Helix Snake, but Helix Snake already has this dragon build up as Malden will fortify and block the charge, but Elfie getting one, Reboot and Hot Pockets both getting one apiece as well, Surprise getting D-Mech, and now it's just Sniv and Elfie on the point. There's Loutrex all the way in the back, and here comes a tire from I have no clue where. Maybe able to clean something up, maybe not, but Sniv is alone on the point, and there it is, Danks getting surprised. The baby Diva with the tire all the way from spawn. Here comes Reboot now, coming in extremely hot, but it seems like now that junk tire was kind of wasted, but Malden coming in to recontest as Reboot, Hanzuki, and Quaking Punch are there in the corner with him. As Hanzuki falls to Helix Snake, Reboot coming back onto the point, looking for the shatter, but it doesn't look like he landed anything. Quaking Punch and Surprise, the only two on the point now as Hot Pockets comes in. Surprise getting the nano boost and being in the face of Malden. That is not looking too good for Malden. Sheep's getting a double kill here. Sheep's getting 3 actually. And that may just turn the fight in the side of Titans, but not quite yet as Malden, Sniv, and Lotrax are still there holding that point extremely strong. Tell you what, that Orisa pick is showing right now.
Yeah. Orisa's really good at like holding space. Remember, she has that that ult that can really pull them off of her, pull them away from her team. You know, it can really protect your healers and stuff like that. And also her Fortify. Ryan charged into you. Oh well, okay, and Fortify. What charge? You know, so it's one of those things. But Sniv's just taking naps all over the point tonight.
Titans pushing down, trying to deny that high ground. And there's the the Dragon Strike misses. Oh, never mind. That was their Graviton Surge. I'm dumb. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Lotrix coming out with the Transcendence. Surprise. Going on Mountain again. And Lotrix is not in a good position, but Surprise doesn't seem to care. And Surprise is getting burned down extremely fast. And there goes the D-Mech. Here comes the Diva Bomb out from Surprise, but isn't going to pick anybody up. Sniv, Danks, Lotrix, and Elfie. Here comes Helix Snake all on that point as Surprise is the last one on for the team, for the side of Titans.
They're gonna stagger that baby Diva, and that's really smart.
Do they stagger her, or do they leave her out of suit? They stagger her. Danks getting the big punch with the new UI. That's how we see that one. As Surprise goes down to the fist of the Tracer. Now they're gonna have to wait on that Diva, and that's gonna be huge. A huge stagger coming out from Projekt Proteus. What does Titans need to change here in the next 10 seconds to take this over?
Honestly, Junkrat would have been huge here. A Junkrat to kind of get in there and bust down that shield would have been gigantic, but that's a big pick!
But Reboot getting Malden with the nano boost is surprise because Helix Snake, this might be the fight that Titans takes it. Now Sheep's trying to put in a bunch of damage, but not able to do anything quite yet. Hot Pockets getting Sniv, and that's their tank line down. Hanzuki and Reboot able to clean it up, and that's going to be the cap as they go to push on to phase 2 in the streets. Overtime here, so they get 2.5 minutes to push through the streets phase, and streets phase for me has always been kind of a tricky one.
You know what? It's not tricky if you're really good at holding the aggression. Like, you've taken point, leave one person on point, and everyone else push forward and keep that momentum, keep it going. Once you do that, it's easy picks. That was a big
Reboot
shatter.
getting a huge shatter, 3-piece shatter, and Surprise and Sheeps both getting one apiece as well after Reboot gets that charge onto Sniv, and that's going to be a huge fight win already for the side of Titans. Reboot surprise, holding extremely aggressive here, and that's exactly what Titans needs to do. Honestly, I'd be a little bit more aggressive. I would hold that door.
That's a little too aggressive. If you get picked, you have a far way to go. Keeping about halfway is good. Where they are right now is very good. Reboot's even a little maybe forward.
The entire team of Projekt Proteus coming down that payload path now with Danks and Helix Snake maybe looking to try to get something cheeky here. Wouldn't doubt if Helix goes for the blade here, and there it goes. But there's the Transcendence coming out from Hot Pockets. The Diva Bomb goes off but doesn't land anything. Reboot getting one, and one more came down as well, but now it's just Lautrix, Alfie, and Danks trying to hold on to this point, and it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. There comes the Dragon Strike out just to zone out Danks, and it's gonna do it too. There goes Chiefs taking out Danks with a sonar arrow, and that's gonna be our phase 2 won over by the side of Titans. What happened with Projekt Proteus? Why are they not able to hold this now?
Because Titans is throwing 7 ults at a time. And I mean, yeah, they just used 4 ults right there. And like, yeah, great and everything, but you have nothing left now.
They do, though. They have the Shatter, the High Noon, and the Coalescence and Transcendence coming back up online. I don't know how they're building ultimates so fast, but they are. Lautrix getting Chiefs extremely early in this fight, and there comes the flashbang onto Reboot, and they're able to finish it up as Mountain gets extremely aggressive here. Sniv de-making surprise as Helix Snake goes for something super aggressive. Elfie getting one with the Coalescence, and Danks finishing off Hot Pockets. And this might be the fight that turns around this game for Projekt Proteus.
Because look at the side of Pro. They have 3 ults. They're coming up on Grab. They're going up on Shatter. He'll have literally 4 seconds. And then on the side of Titans, we have a lot of ults coming up the side of Titans. But they're probably going to throw them all at the same time. That's a big pick to start.
Huge picks goes on to Helix Snake from Sheeps, and they're going to have to push extremely aggressive on that. That's a huge source of damage already down as the Fire Strike comes out, and it looks like it burned through 3 there. But Reboot's shield going down extremely fast there. That might be the time to get aggressive for Projekt Proteus, but Mountain hiding around that corner, going for the Fire Strike. Here comes Danks now, rejoining his team from that high ground as Reboot getting a little bit aggressive onto Mountain here, getting a huge Shatter, and that's 2. 2 may not quite fall here, but Danks looking for the High Noon, not able to pick it up. Reboot getting a double kill, and there's Hanzuki from behind. Or sorry, that's their front. Trying to get something, but Helix Snake picking up 1, going after Sheeps now with that blade, but Helix is not on the payload as Lautrix and Elfie get there just a little bit too late. Man, this is a good map. This has been going really well. We have Titans 1 minute remaining and Projekt with 2:03 left in that time bank. So we will see Titans, I believe, on the attack first, right?
No, I think Pro's on attack. Defense is blue. Might be wrong.
My colors are mixed up for no reason again.
I mean, yeah, same. So
I don't know why it happens, but it does.
Game is throwing.
Yeah, basically. But anyway, what did you see from Titans there that just it honestly all pulled together once they hit?
You know what, they were using a lot of ults at the same time, and it really just kind of was the aggression that they needed to push through. It's usually a big risk, but, you know, like, they were kind of depending on ults on the side of Pro. Like, Danks was hiding up top to get that High Noon in, but, you know, the Pharah saw him and was just like, oh, well, no, get out of there. And then all of a sudden, he was leaving his team at a 5v6 that whole time, and they were able to just kind of take advantage of that inside of Titans. So that's something that, like, can work out, but isn't always the smartest thing to do. But we are going to see a pharmacy on the side of Pro.
We're also seeing the May come out.
Ooh,
We're also seeing the May come out from the side of Projekt Proteus. This is another choke that I really like May. Like, I don't know why. People hate me because I like May. It's whatever. No worries.
I like this May positioning as well.
I haven't seen it. There it is. That's actually a really good spot. You're going to be able to wall off as soon as Reboot comes in. You're going to be able to isolate completely. Even better, getting that Zenyatta away from the team. And the Ana, this might be it. Danks able to get the Zenyatta there, but right after Hot Pockets ends up picking off one himself. Reboot looking extremely low now as Mounting is going to try to get a little bit aggressive, but forced to back off because of his health pool. huge anti, and there goes Reboot. Reboot going down, and Surprise getting the nano and then frozen, and that's gonna be the end of Surprise. But now it's Sniv, Danks, and Elfie all on that point, and Sniv will not die. He's at 1 HP for the longest time and finally falls. But there's Quaking Punch, Hot Pockets, and Hanzuki only having to deal with Helix Snake right now. And Reboot coming in too. There's the nano boost onto Helix Snake and not able to do it as Hot Pockets takes him out of the air. Here comes Mountain and not able to clean it up, but Danks now coming in for the stall, trying to do everything that he can, and trying to freeze everyone. There's the Cryo coming out on point, just trying to give his team a little bit more time, but getting taken out by Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets is
literally killed
right now.
Literally killed the entire team.
Hanzuki getting the double barrage.
Yes.
Really aggressive. Really aggressive barrage right there.
That's the aggression that you need, though.
It is.
Like this. Yeah.
It 100% is, especially in overtime. But now we have Helix Snake coming around on this left side, gonna try to battle out Hanzuki, but not able to do anything to him quite yet. But there goes Hanzuki, taken out by Danks and May. And Mountain now looking a little bit aggressive. Reboot goes for the shatter as he turns, but isn't able to do it. Huge freeze, but there goes Hot Pockets Transcendence, and that's not going to be able to save it for long. As Surprise is the only one on point with Hot Pockets, but we have seen Hot Pockets do nutty things tonight. Surprise will fall as well, and there ticks down overtime as they get 1 point cap and just a little bit of progress on a Streets phase.
May is such a strong pick in situations like this. You get one good freeze and it's game over. So
May
strong.
is such a strong pick
So
anyway.
So strong. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Such good utility. It's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
2 minutes and 3 seconds for the side of
Someone in
Projekt
chat
Proteus.
goes, woohoo, they have a Zenyatta! I mean, same. Yo, but actually, the Hot Pocket was doing so much as Zenyatta. He was not only finishing all the kills, he was probably calling those Discords. You can kind of just tell the Titans was listening to him. Or, like, he would call the Discord and be like, oh, I'll do it myself. Just kill him! He's just assisting his own Discord. But, oh my gosh, doing such a good job. That's what Titans needed this whole time, a defensive ult. Oh, my Hot Pocket.
Hot Pockets did get swapped in this game, started on that DPS, and then picked it up on that Zenyatta, was doing extremely well. Just carrying those... I don't want to say carrying those fights, but kind of carrying those fights.
Low-key
Knowing what targets to Discord, most likely calling them out. We don't know that for sure.
Oh
But
no,
when they weren't dying, he did it himself. And Hanzuki coming out on the Bastion. Oh no. Ryan
I
Zarya.
don't know how I feel about this comp.
Brig? Ooh, they're playing goats. Goats attack.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna be bad. Rushing straight into the Bastion. He needs to be their first target, and he is. Hanzuki looking extremely low already as he falls to Helix Snake, but right after Hanzuki takes out Mountain, and Reboot now trying to play a little bit aggressive, but not too aggressive to not get a little messed up there in the front line. Sniv, Elfie, Lotrix, and Helix Snake on the point for Projekt Proteus, and there's the shatter already from Reboot. Don't know if all these ults are necessary. Reboot trying to run at the Baby D, but I don't know if that's a good call. As Mountain and Sniv on the point, it's just them two alone with Reboot. But the Bastion is back. Hanzuki mowing down Mountain. And Hanzuki now trying to get onto the point and isn't able to do it. But here comes Hot Pocket on that Zenyatta. Not able to do a whole lot quite yet. And they're going to have to let this one go. Projekt Proteus taking the first point here on Hollywood, as they will just need to push.
Snapping again.
Again?
Yeah,
That
I think
happens a lot.
6 snaps this game.
That happens a lot. It's fine. He's tired. Let him sleep.
He's tired.
Reboot about half health now. Sheep's coming in on the Pharah, trying to do a lot of damage in a little bit of space. And Mountain's just going to swing away. But Hot Pocket's coming in with the Transcendence, not quite able to save Reboot. Helix Snake taking a big old nap. You know, had to get one away from Sniv for just a minute. And Sniv getting the double kill as Lotrix gets Sheeps. as on Quaking Punch and Hot Pockets, the Diva Bomb coming out, but able to take out Surprise right before it goes off, and this should be our map 3 to the side of Projekt Proteus, and it will be. Very good games from both teams there, and that is going to go ahead and win Projekt Proteus the night. But we do have one more map coming up, and I'm not quite sure what that map is yet, because I didn't look at the maps.
The Moira plays this week.
Hanzuki on the Moira. Let's see this huge coalescence. I'm ready for it. Big healing orb. So much healing. Right into Sheeps' Dragon Strike. Quaking Punch with 25k healing in 19 minutes. 36% of the team damage taken. Mountain with 34k damage blocked. Danks with 42 elims. Just both teams playing extremely well, but Projekt Proteus able to come out on top. Widow, just overall thoughts on that last map. Go ahead.
Much better from the first one that I saw. The second one, I couldn't tell you. But much better from the first one. Titans is playing a lot smarter. I mean, they still want to, they want to work on proper team comps, like tank lines. Like, Diva Rhine, it's never gonna out-tank a Diva, a Rhine Zarya. It's just never gonna do it. I don't care if you have, like the most boss top 500 Diva into a Rhine Zarya. It's just never going to work, because that Rhine is going to be able to play a different way than a Rhine Diva will. Diva's Matrix only lasts for so long, and, it works, but, it doesn't. It's just... That
it's
Diva...
not as good as a shield.
Yeah, it's not. And then the Zarya getting that charge, that Zarya has a beam that does 120 damage per second at full charge, just shooting at the enemy front line. Diva doesn't have that. She's Tickle Baby damage and a Matrix. That's why she works for Monkey, because Monkey and Diva together are able to really kind of break a front line, or get in there and tickle the... They don't break the front line, I'm lying to you. They dive the back and they pick one thing off. They're not high damage tanks because they're meant to get into the back line and screw it up. They're not meant to break a front line. Rhine Zarya break front lines. So a Rhine Diva won't do that. I don't know.
Should we have everybody vote on it? You think?
Sure.
Just for fun, since it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, do that. Do that. Alright, well, we will. It looks like, are we going to throw that to chat, peeps? Alright, well, we are going to throw a vote over to our Twitch chat. Vote for the last map that you want to see tonight. This will be the last one, our map 4, Projekt Proteus and Titans. Let's get those votes in. I'm seeing a couple 6s, and 6 is Horizon Lunar Colony. Why did I know that was what it was going to be? But I'm seeing a couple 3s in there as well. Seeing a little bit of King's Row love. Sniv playing and voting for Horizon Lunar Colony.
We're going to end it at 45 seconds. So we got 15 more seconds.
Got 15 seconds. Make those votes count and get them in. Right now, it's looking pretty close between Horizon and King's Row. Poll is now closed. Horizon Lunar Colony?
Yep.
Yes?
Yep, Horizon Lunar with 46 points.
Between Horizon and King's Row, it looks like.
Who wins?
Horizon.
What is our...
Horizon, 46.7%.
Horizon Lunar Colony with 46.7% of the votes. Alright. That's, I think that's the first time we've done that, isn't it? Or did I miss something in the last week?
I think it is the first time we've ever done it for this type of situation. We've done the poll thing for poll, but it's usually events.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I enjoyed that. That was good.
Me too. We should make it a thing.
We should. I'm down with it.
A poll for what the title of Widow's next book should be?
We already decided that.
I'm writing another one.
Okay, how to throw in bottom 500 bronze.
Yes! That's it! You've gotten it! Dedicated to I'm trying. Oh my god.
Alright. I'm not sure. Alfie says your new book title should be For Alfie.
That's it. Hashtag
So
for Elfie, dedicated to Elfie. The third word in every paragraph is Elfie.
please do it. You know what? No, that needs to become an actual thing. We can publish it. We can publish
Hashtag
it.
for
Like
Elfie.
I know a guy.
Fairy skin on the front. And the large Pepe hands of the future. Oh my gosh.
Snib says he'd read it. I'd read it too, honestly.
You all better read it, or I'm throwing. I mean,
I'd
I did
read
that
it.
already, but.
All right, can we get some love in the chat for Widow's new book for Elfie? Should it be for Elfie or hashtag?
A hashtag, duh.
Okay, that was a dumb question. I'm sorry.
Easy peasy.
Voltage B asking if a Masters player can join in on this gold scrim.
So coach it.
I mean, if you want to coach, sure. Why not?
Alright.
But Horizon Lunar Colony will be our final map of the night, so let's go ahead and get it underway.
3,
Widow,
2,
you're
1.
you get to see an assault.
I hate this map.
You get to be here for an assault game, Widow.
But I hate this map. Like, I hate this map.
Come
Okay,
on.
but realistically, every single map type, all the maps within that type are identical layout-wise. There's always a hallway where there's a mega that you can bunker up in. There's always high ground surrounding the point. Think about that. Volskaya, high ground surrounding the point. Horizon.
Yeah.
All of it. It's the exact same thing. But this map in particular, I just hate it because it's ugly.
Stop it. No.
The only thing fun about this map is the outside. That one is the exciting part of this.
And
That's it. That's
fun.
the only fun part of this map.
It's a good time. Are you
Is it-
telling me you don't like Winston's room?
No, I don't care.
You're up here. Why don't you care?
Because I'm throwing.
What about
Actually,
Haley?
it was funny enough. I went outside and I was playing Sombra, and there was an enemy Zarya out there, and she was going to get the health pack, and I hacked it midair, and she was so upset. And then I just locked on her head and killed her, and then she called me a name bot. The end.
I mean, I'd be upset too.
I mean, hacking health packs when you're Sombra and there's an enemy coming to get them is actually an entire mood that I live by.
I mean, you're hacking, so you're cheating? I get it. No.
Easy peasy, lemon.
Aimbot on health packs
Aimbot on health packs, yeah.
with your right click. That's
I
toxic.
mean, they move slow-mo outside. You know how easy it is to lock on someone's head?
No, you're right. You're not wrong.
I think
All
Elfie
right.
bought every single pink skin.
I think she only bought 4. I think we talked about this the other day, actually.
The support skins. Is that a Lucio gold weapon? Elfie, you're too much.
Alright. Project Proteus. Right. Nope. Nope. Yes. Project Proteus coming on the attacks. My colors are fixed. Haha.
Hot Pockets on his mini.
Uh-oh. Bastion coming out from Hot Pockets. He's going to rotate to that high ground and try to do something on that point. But House of Homie now coming down. Oh, he's not going on the high ground. He's going to go to those stairs and try to do something from there. Malden's shield getting extremely low and taking a nap. Rest easy, big one. Hot Pockets getting the kill on to Malden, finishing up his nap a little bit earlier than he would have liked to. And House of Homie swinging away onto the point as Dank's taking out Hot Pockets. And if they can push aggressive onto this pretty quickly, then it's going to be good for them. Sheep's getting Elfie though, which might cause a little bit of problem. Dank's sticking around in the back line, not quite able to get Quaking Punch. Unfortunately, does land the stun, but not the Fama Hammer. Now Dank's just kind of sitting under the point as Mountain Sniv and Hip Jorge are all there. Honestly, I'd move left and kill that Bastion real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
Personally.
they noticed that Bastion coming in. Oh, now they do.
Now they do. Danks is going after him, and Danks ends up pulling it out. There's the double coalescence coming out onto the point. Mounting getting all of that coalescence from both sides as the nano comes out onto House of Homie, but getting the charge as well. Danks getting the double kill onto Quaking Punch and Hanzuki with the high noon. Huge chatter, but the bubble comes out onto Elfie to save her. Chiefs getting 1, and there's 2. 1 with the Dragon Strike. There's 3. Cleaning up. Sniv getting 1 and Danks as well, and it looks like that's going to be the point unless Hot Pockets has something to say about it, and he just may as he's coming in trying to take out Sniv, but there's the bubble and Danks has Fama Hammer. Never mind. I forgot that's the thing.
I
don't know how-
hammered him 3 times.
Danks is playing extremely well tonight. All around on that That McCree pick has been really nice to him tonight. And Sniv as well, playing on that Zarya. Just those two, so far from me, are the two that stand out. Mountain pushing extremely aggressive, and there's the counter grab coming out. Sniv getting one, or Sniv flopped out the grab, and that's a huge shatter. Dank's getting two, Sniv getting two. That's going to be a 4-piece shatter, and it looked like they all died inside of it. Hip Hip Jorge picking off Hanzuki, and there's just Hot Pockets left on that point. Now on the Soldier, Elfie getting Hot Pockets, and House of Homie charging in, getting Danks. Danks gets bubbled and is able to get away. Danks is now fighting House of Homie on his backline. Sniv trying to do something. Helix Snake getting House of Homie. Mountain taking out Sheeps, and still looking pretty good for Projekt Proteus as the beat drop comes in from Elfie. Hot Pocket switching over to the Doom Fist and not able to do it as he punches Hip Hip Jorge out of the point, but he goes to Projekt Proteus. Looking good tonight. Titans looking pretty good as well, but just not able to pick it up and clean up these fights. Widow, what does the attack need to be? Give me a team comp. Give me who you want on what hero for this attack.
I mean, I want to see them run a really solid dive, but I don't know that they will. I feel like dive has kind of... Unless you were one of the players who was playing when dive was first a thing, running dive now, I feel like people just don't do it correctly anymore. Like, people are so used to Ryan Zarya that it's like running dive, it's like, IDK, what to do? They just kind of jump into the front, hope for the best. I mean, I'm not wrong, but...
You're not.
They're gonna want to run, like, a really heavy DPS comp. Like, they're gonna want to, like, throw, like, a Junkrat into there, but, like, be wary of the Zarya. They're gonna want to do something that's gonna break up anything they go to, like, you know, get in there. But... this is not it. They don't want to ride monkey. Oh my god.
Yeah, hear something real quick. I apologize.
This comp is weird. The Rhyme Monkey is just not gonna be super good for them. I like the Lucio, I like the Ashe, I like the Ryan, I like the Moira, I like the Hanzo. I don't like anything else about their comp. Like, their tank line is very, very weird.
I'm sorry, I'm back. I had to deal with something real fast.
You're
I apologize.
throwing!
I am. It's fine. That's what I do. Do you not know this by now? You played on a team with me. Get over it. Helix Snake getting the early pick onto Hot Pockets on that Ashe, and Dank's looking to do something from right above as Helix Snake gets Sheeps as well, and that's going to be huge for Projekt Proteus as they go into this fight 6v4 as House of Homie trying to get a little bit of aggressive, but Helix Snake getting House of Homie as well, and there goes Quaking Punch. Dank's getting Ulceration, and Helix getting the 4-piece onto that fight there. Not quite a team kill, didn't come out fast enough, but Helix popped off.
Helix is just proving that he belongs on this team tonight. Like, screw you, my days on Silver. I've been here for... this is my home. I love it. I love it. Helix was really showing off his abilities tonight. I'm really gonna compliment him on that.
I was playing with Helix the other day, actually, and he was getting a little down on himself. He wasn't playing the best that day, and... you know, just seeing him play tonight, there it is again. Helix taking out Chiefs. He's doing so well. He fits in this team so perfectly, in my opinion.
He does. You know, Helix is a really talented DPS, but Helix gets really upset with himself when he loses games, and then just keeps going. When you're playing and you're not confident in yourself, you're not playing at your best. So that's one of the things I think if he just like plays a couple games, takes a break, he'll be, you know, flat. Happy there in no time.
There's Hanzuki switching over to the Winston. Not too sure about that one.
No, he's been on Winston.
Has he? I didn't notice. I'm dumb. Don't worry about it. Coming in, Helix Snake getting Sheeps again. That is another one onto Sheeps, and he is definitely winning the battle of the Hanzos tonight as Danks comes in with the tire onto Hanzuki right before Mountain takes out Quaking Punch with that Fire Strike, and Mountain just running through this point, getting Hot Pockets right after Danks gets House of Homie, and there's another Fire Strike kill coming out on Ulceration. Helix Snake looking for this aggressive play once again. Widow, like... what really set that off?
Helix is just literally ruining their whole life.
There goes Sheeps again. Oh no. Helix.
They need to be running around Zarya. Zarya will just be a bajillion charge here. Helix is playing so aggressive, Zarya just bubbles, he gets some charge and melts him. You know, but instead, you know. I mean, like, look, he's so out of position, but they're not punishing him. They have a diva! Jump on her! Jump on her!
They don't seem to care.
They really don't.
Danks getting the damage boost from the mercy of Elfie, and there's the double kill from the Dragon Strike of Helix Snake, and he's just all alone on that point, finally getting taken out by Hanzuki. He's doing disgusting things now. Danks getting House of Homie, Hip Hip, D-meching Hanzuki, and there's the res coming out on the Helix Snake. Immediately, Mountain getting the huge shatter and taking it out too. That's gonna not quite wrap it up, but it's getting close now. 40 seconds on the clock for Titans to do something about it, and they haven't really done anything yet. The Sheeps looking to get a cheeky pick, but can't shoot through Mountain's shield when that thing's standing in your way. Dank's now gonna rain that damage boosted Junkrat bombs all over them. Real quick, what do you got for me, Widow? We got 20 seconds left, and Helix gets Sheeps again.
Jesus Christ. I don't have anything except that Helix needs to be nerfed. Like, I can't. This aggression. Oh no, Bob. Actually, this might work out better for them.
There's the Bob coming out from the side of Titans on Hot Pockets, with the entire team of Titans now working at this point. They are completely not on this point, but Mountain, Hip Hip, and Elfie all looking to get aggressive. There's a huge shatter landing, but Elfie is knocking it all. Sheeps getting the double kill on the Dragon Strike, and House of Homie just swinging away in the backline, getting two, taking out Hip Hip with that Fire Strike, and then Sniv just with the hammer. Just absolutely huge. Elfie, keep running. No! Elfie gets taken out by Sheeps in the back as she is almost about to get out, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. That's all that is.
Oh, that's okay though. That's okay. That was an amazing first hold.
Titans getting pretty aggressive here, looking for that high ground push down onto Malden and Hip Hip Jorge. Now we got one rotating up those stairs, and there comes the Graviton Surge with the Dragons getting Hanzuki and House of Homie and Quaking Punch. I didn't even see Quaking in there, and that's going to be a complete and total wipe coming out from the side of Projekt Proteus if they're able to catch Sheeps, and Hip Hip is looking for Sheeps right now, able to do it.
Oh my god.
Sheeps at the very last moment before getting behind the Ryan shield. And Helix now looking for a cheeky pick, but there's not really anybody there for him to kill, unless he randomly hits Hot Pockets. Just Titans taking that first point extremely well on that last push, and what do you think did it? Did you think it was the element of surprise coming around like the other way, or what do you think it was?
I think Projekt kind of started getting like a little aggressive, a little cocky, like, oh, we're holding, like, it's fine. We don't need to play defensively. And then they got collapsed in on, and they were like, oh my god, shit, what do we do? I mean, crap, what do we do? And it just kind of ate them, but they're holding strong again. Ooh, this might hurt.
Hanzuki throwing out the bomb, but Sniv bubbling himself and saving the day here. But Sniv is getting beat down by House of Homie right now. Hip Hip Jorge not able to get enough damage or healing, but Mountain getting the 4 shatter down and killing Quaking Punch with the shatter itself. Ulceration and Hip Hip Jorge with a double coalescence as Sheeps gets Elfie with the Dragon Strike right after Elfie reses Sniv here, but House of Homie and Ulceration holding on to this point. Hanzuki's there as well. Hip Hip Jorge falls down, but Sniv and Helix Snake have got something to say about it. Helix Snake throwing out that Dragon Strike and ends up taking out House of Homie because he charged back through. Mountain getting the D-Mech Hanzuki. Sheeps taking out Mountain, and the Bob coming in as Elfie reses Mountain, and they're going to be able to hold this pretty strong.
I'm kind of sad they used Bob there. That's such a strong ult, and Hip Hop Jorge is just feeding.
I don't know if they should have used Bob, and I don't think I would have res there either. I think the res was also a little bit questionable. When fight was won, I mean, I'm not going to falter for it, but that's kind of a long cooldown.
I mean, she's got it back. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just nice to kind of have
He
a
has
full
it back.
team just in case they like sort of trying to gauge or lose anything. But ProPro needs to be watching their kind of aggression here right now. They're gonna end up doing the same thing they did last time, and that's just really not what they want to do.
Oh, Mountain is in so deep, but gets Sheeps as Hot Pockets takes out Mountain. Now House of Homie can be freely aggressive, and there's no shield. The only thing they have protecting damage is that wall, and Sniv doesn't realize they jumped down yet, but here comes Sniv trying to jump onto the point, but getting obliterated by the nano hammer of House of Homie. A huge shatter, putting up that shield. Kanzuki getting Elfie, just unfortunate placement there from Elfie as House of Homie's getting burned. Mountain trying to hold on to this, and there comes the Dragon Strike out from Sheeps, not able to pick anybody up, but Danks throws out the Bob and gets Hot Pockets. That's definitely a counter to Farah, the aimbot. And oh, there's the grab beat. Hanzuki 8 Snivs grab. That's gonna be huge for the side of Titans, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be enough. You didn't see it, no! Hanzuki got taken out as he was the last one on point, and that's gonna tick down overtime, and Projekt Proteus will walk away from the night 4-0. And unfortunately, Widow did not see the defense matrix on the Graviton Surge.
Wait, I could just rewatch it later! Another Moira play. Oh
There
my
you go.
god.
Hey, maybe it'll be in this. Probably not. No, this is the count. Oh, this is the counter grab.
Healing!
So much healing.
Awesome! Oh, wait.
Keep Mountain up. Huge. 7 Earth Shatter kills coming out from Mountain that game. Just huge games from both teams, doing so well tonight. Unfortunately, Titans not able to come away with a map tonight. It will be 4-0 going to Projekt Proteus. And Widow, you have any, thoughts on that game? Really, just overall.
I think something that's really genuinely going to benefit Titans is working on a Ryan Zarya comp. And I know that sounds like, a broken record, but the Ryan Zarya would have been an immensely powerful tank line. You don't have a solid front line, you don't have a viable team comp. That's just the way it goes. But I think both teams played super well tonight, regardless of that. We got to see some fresh faces really showing off their skill, and it was really nice. We got to see some longtime members play in their last games. I know Sheeps is trying out for a plat team. Hopefully she'll get placed on there. I think she will. I think she's an amazing DPS. But I think both teams are playing really well, and we saw great things on both sides, and next match for both of them will be just as great.
Definitely agree with that one. But that will about wrap it up for us tonight, as, again, Projekt Proteus walking away with the 4-0. But before we go, I want to hear everybody's player of the match. Blow it up in the chat, and I almost forgot about it because it's been a minute. Captain Jack, you still around?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is not. Alright, get in my van. I want to hear your player of the match first.
Oh man, there was so many good plays. I'd probably give it to Jorge on Pro playing that Moira.
Any reason? Just
Moira.
Moira?
Yeah, just Moira. No, I'm joking. He did a lot of healing with his coalescence, and it's amazing of how many plays. Was it like 3 plays of the game?
I think he got 2 play of the games, and
Did
then
he got 2?
I think
He got 2?
Hanzuki or Quaking, someone on the side of Titans, got a Moira Pog.
Well, still, I've only had I know I've been playing Moira a lot during the scrims, but I only had 1 play of the games, and that was when I coalesced into a Zarya grab. But he did a lot more than just that, though. He did a lot of healing, and I'm proud of him. Good Moira, pro Moira.
Alright. Peeps, are you able to be heard by the people?
Yas.
Alright.
Yes!
Helix.
Helix?
No doubt about it. Definitely Helix. That was just so incredible.
Peeps actually being decisive for once instead of picking 3 people.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna pick
That's gotta say something, right?
I'm gonna pick 3! I'm sorry, I can't pick one. They were
Alright, Widow, go ahead, pick your 3.
Alright. So I have like a contender for first, and then a second honorable mention that needs to be spoken about. Okay. Helix and Danks were just on fire tonight. Helix was just literally everything. Just Helix was just like, oh well, you're there, pew pew dead. Like he was just doing so much as a DPS, and I think Helix was really proving himself to be a strong DPS, to be a strong player tonight. He was really giving this team a run for its money, and he outran them 100 times over. And then Danks was just like constantly doing like these super great flanky McCree things, but like playing smart. Like he was waiting for his cooldowns before he engaged again. He had that flashbang to like really get in there, but he was playing around with health pack like on Hollywood. He took out 3 people on that mega before they were able to do anything. He was really smart about who he was playing. He was trying to set things up. He was doing a great job. But then I also want to talk about Hot Pocket. Hot Pocket has always been a strong player. He really is. But his Zen tonight, oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. Just gorgeous. Just killed everything. And as someone who has played with Hot Pocket, who's been on his team, he's a really great shot caller. So when he's on Zen, he just shines because he's screaming discords at you. He's yelling at you to kill what he's discorded. And it really drives the team to do what needs to be done. So I want to see him on Zen more because I think it's like a really great shining role for him, but he has great DPS anyway. So those are my 3. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna have to give it to Mountain tonight. I haven't ever seen Mountain play. Definitely really good Reinhardt. He did some nasty things there. He started off a little shaky. He shattered into House of Homie's shield quite a few times. Like it was looking a little rough. Wasn't sure how Pro was gonna do because of it, but he really picked it up and he did amazing things as soon as he got into the groove of it. He started clicking with his team. And just all together, both teams just doing fantastic, but Mountain is going to walk away with my player of the match tonight.
And the Twitch chat's player of the match is with 5 votes, 45% of the vote, Helix Snake.
Helix!
And
hey, man.
Voltage, just to address your question, just go ahead and fill out the application, man. The admins will contact you and go from there. It is possible, but we can't say definitely not or yes, so.
Alfie goes, Ma, Dad, more like Ma, damn. Alfie, go to bed. Take a fucking nap.
Hey!
Take a freaking nap.
That's a bad word, Widow. We don't have a censor button.
It's not a bad word. It's just a word that the weak of heart can't handle.
All right, well that's gonna about wrap it up for us tonight. Did our players of the match. And remember, if you want to be part of our community, there are applications for both players and coaches. Player applications range anywhere from bronze to diamond, and we do have teams in silver, gold, plat, and diamond. And bronze players kind of get thrown in with the silvers. So I mean, hey, you can still play with us. That's the bright side of that. Masters, Grandmasters, top 500. We're always looking for coaches. And then also, if you are interested in part of our stream team, we are calling it now, you know, being a commentator, being a host, being a cameraman like our guy Peeps here does, hosting the streams, you know, if you're also interested in doing that, just contact us, let us know. We will get back, one of the admins will get back to you and let you know what's going on with it as soon as they can if you are interested. So I think that about wraps it up. Anybody got anything to say?
Buy my book.
No?
Buy my book.
Alright guys, well that's going to do it for us here tonight on the O.C.C. Scrims. Be sure to spread the word, tell your family. If you like what you see here, definitely join us. Also, check that Twitch Prime sub. See if you got one of those laying around. No use in letting that lay around for nothing. Hit that subscribe button. You know, get the notifications when we're live. Hit that follow, and catch us again here. What is our when's our next game, guys? Saturday. It'll be Monarch. It'll be Monarch and O.C.C. So actually, you will see myself and Widowfaker playing that night. So if you like us commentating as a team, come see us be really bad on our teams.
I'm going down, scrub.
Yeah, sure. We'll talk about that later. Alright, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Have a great night, and we will see you all Saturday. Goodbye.
Goodbye.